Hey guys, we are here in Lake St. Louis today on the big lake in a waterfront property. We are excited to show you our newest listing. This 1.5 story home has been fully updated inside and out from top to bottom.
When you buy a house in Lake St. Louis, you're not just buying a house, you're actually buying into a lifestyle. This home is beautifully situated on a quiet cul-de-sac lot overlooking the big lake in a very wide cove. It has a private dock, it has a lift, and wait till you see the covered deck that overlooks the lake, which is western facing, and the sunsets are absolutely unbelievable. Join us outside. So here we are on one of my favorite spots of this house. This is a stunning composite deck. It is covered, and what I think some of the things that you cannot see in still photographs, we're gonna capture here. So there are 3 heaters out here, and there are 2 televisions that actually slide down. And this deck is western facing, so the sunsets here are absolutely stunning.
This is absolutely one of my favorite parts of this house because this is exactly what you get by living on the lake. You have these beautiful views of the entire cove. So we're on the main level covered deck. You also have this beautiful outdoor space right below you. Again, another covered patio. Tons of outdoor space. You can walk down to the dock. The whole home has been renovated inside and out. Gorgeous, gorgeous features. It feels very, very open on the inside, and this is absolutely one of our favorites. And this is our newest listing. So if you're interested in this home or moving somewhere else in Lake St. Louis, give us a shout, call, email, text. We would love to talk more about this home with you. Schedule a private showing so you can come in here and see it for yourself because the videos simply don't do it justice.
Another really great feature about this house is that when you do go down to the water, there are actually a nice, easy set of stairs that you can take. It has a handrail. This house has a concrete block seawall, which means much less maintenance. The other thing about being on a very wide cove is that your seawall and your dock and your boat do not take a beating with the passing boats because we're in a no-wake zone. This cove, because of its width, does not collect debris, so it is swimmable and it has excellent water quality.
Another nice thing about being on a cove where it's a little bit more quiet and less trafficked is that you have beautiful views of the lake, but you're not so close where you're sitting on top of your neighbors looking right into their house across the water. This is a really wide cove on the big lake, so you get the really great lake views and that peace and quiet without being right on top of the neighboring homes.
So another thing that we love about this house and that the sellers have loved while they lived here is that this house is on a quiet cul-de-sac. So there is not only less boat traffic down here on the water, but you have less traffic driving up and down the street. So it's safe to be outside. They have chili cook-offs. This is an absolutely fantastic cul-de-sac. So some other upgrades that have been done to this house, they are extensive, and I'm just gonna hit a few. So there's newer siding, black trim Pella windows. There is a Wi-Fi irrigation system, and the fun thing about the irrigation system is that they are actually lake fed when you have a waterfront. It doesn't increase your water bill, and you don't have to have a backflow every year. We also have wired speakers on the outside. There is a covered patio below. There are pavers and beautiful paver patio landscaping all around this home. The roof is newer. There is a newer extra tall garage door so that you can get a boat in and out, and it is a 3-car tandem garage. This home also has beautiful cedar awnings and cedar shutters, which add to the stunning curb appeal. And this house, when we say curb appeal, there's curb appeal from the front and curb appeal from the lake, which is equally important on the lake.
Absolutely. And so one of our favorite things about this house is that this is within the Lake St. Louis Community Association. So you have all of those CA benefits. It is a private homeowners association. The only way you gain access is by owning property within the boundaries. So you're going to be able to enjoy the clubhouse, the swimming pools, the parks, the golf courses, all of these social events and activities that you get access to by living within the CA. And that is by far one of the biggest draws to Lake St. Louis. If you want to have that lifestyle that feels like you're on vacation, this is absolutely the best way to do that.
It really is. And Lake St. Louis, the Community Association, they have so many clubs. So if you have an activity or a hobby, it's very likely that there's a club that coincides with that. If you're here and you've moved here from another area and you don't know a lot of people, That is a fantastic way to meet people.
It's such a great way to get to know your neighbors and just get to know everyone else in the CA, because everyone's at the clubhouse, everyone is part of some of these different clubs and groups that you have. And that is really what makes this just such a close-knit community. And that is one of the things that all of our clients that have moved here have absolutely loved about Lake St. Louis.
That is so true. Lake St. Louis is such a quaint community, and we are in the metropolitan St. Louis area, but we're not in the heart of a very busy city. Also, fun fact about Lake St. Louis, there is a shopping center called the Meadows, and they are undergoing an extensive expansion that's going to include an ice skating rink, amphitheater, a very high-end restaurant. It is going to be spectacular, and it is going to be a hub of entertainment for the Lake St. Louis community.
Inside this home, you're gonna notice all of the updates and renovations throughout. It feels very open. You have these huge ceilings, these huge windows with views of the lake, and the whole space feels very open and it all flows together really well.
So when the owners bought this house was completely outdated and very closed off. And what they wanted to do was come in and open everything up, make it lighter and brighter, and really showcase the views of the lake. So that's what they did. They have touched almost every inch inside this house. So throughout the main level, they added a light Pergo timber craft waterproof flooring and parts of the upstairs as well. They also opened up the staircase and they have really pretty iron spindles. The vaulted ceiling is one of my favorite features in this room. There's the wood beams up there and it's almost a 17-foot ceiling at the peak of the vault.
And I love the skylights up there. It brings in all of this extra light. Plus you have these huge windows. So light is just flooding the entire house from all angles.
And you almost can see the lake in every room in those big picture windows, from the kitchen to the living room to the bedrooms upstairs. There are wonderful lake views throughout this entire home. Behind us in the vaulted living room is actually the original buck stove fireplace, and there's another one downstairs. And the unique thing about those is that they put off a lot of heat. So heating this big vaulted room or the basement is very easy with those fireplaces.
So right now we are standing in this gorgeous main floor primary suite, which is right to the left. When you walk in, you have these huge black barn doors that slide open, and that's how you access your owner's suite.
So they've done a really good job with this room. They've carried the neutral color throughout, so it's very light, bright, and airy. The primary suite does have its own full ensuite bathroom, and they've also done a nice job with their closet. They've added custom built-in, so it really maximizes the storage space in the closet. So as soon as you walk through the front door in this house, you immediately will see all the custom millwork they've done, from having headers on the doorways to board and batten on the walls, the paneling in the vaulted ceiling, you name it, they've done it. And with those upgrades, they didn't just stop there. They added the tall baseboards, a very light neutral color throughout the whole house.
And it's details like that that really set this house apart.
Right.
It really has that luxury high-end feel that you're gonna notice in basically every single room of the house.
And when they were doing all the updates, as we said earlier, they wanted this home to feel bright and airy. So they redid all of the light fixtures and ceiling fans, and they've added a ton of can lights throughout the house. So now we are standing in the chef's luxury kitchen that they've updated from top to bottom. So I love how they did the two-tone cabinet. So they did a white color on top and a black on the bottom to really tie into the granite. You'll also see that they did stainless appliances throughout the kitchen, a custom stone backsplash, and one of my favorite details that you might not see is that in the pantry, they redid all of that from the epoxy wire shelving, and they added in floating wood shelves just to give you more storage and you don't have to worry about food falling through the wire shelves.
So in this kitchen, you're gonna notice this huge butcher block island, big picture window with an extra deep sink. And then what's really nice, so you look from one end of the kitchen into the dining room, but you also have this really nice breakfast bar that kind of separates the two spaces if you want to have more of an informal dining area.
And then off of the breakfast room in the kitchen, we have what we call the lake office. So they added really nice custom built-ins to have that work from home space. And then on the left side, on the little wall, right before you walk out onto the deck, they have a charging station. So you'll see the wood beams, the wood shelving along the wall. They have chargers there to set tablets, iPhones, you name it. It's a really, really good use of the space. And then a few other things about this house that are important to note is that there are actually 2 laundry rooms. There is one in the basement, but they also brought one upstairs right off of the garage. So the basement is fully finished with over 1,400 additional square feet of living space. There is the 5th bedroom downstairs, there's another full bathroom, and it's also a walkout basement that has double doors in case you wanted to store your lawnmower, possibly a boat, or something like that.
When you walk upstairs, you're gonna have 3 really big bedrooms, all with spacious closets and 1 full bathroom.
And the other thing about this home is that they want it to be as easy as possible for enjoying lake life. So they actually raised the header of the garage door to be able to accommodate a boat. Since it's a tandem 3rd car, that means it's 2 bays deep on one side, and they stored their boat in there and still were able to fit 2 cars, which is huge for living on the lake, having a boat.
And that is such a great feature of this home, where you can still have 2 cars in the garage and you're not giving up the garage space. If you want to put in your boat, or if you have kayaks and paddle boards, you can still fit that in the garage and still park 2 cars next to each other. Again, if you want to schedule a showing of this home, or if you're moving somewhere else in the St. Louis area, give us a shout. We are a group of practicing realtors. Text us, email us, call us, whatever works for you. We'd love to work with you.
And as you can see, this fully updated waterfront home, it won't last long. This is a rare find on Lake St. Louis, so reach out to us.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
See you next time.